G'day viewers, I wanted to start this video out by thanking everyone for jumping on with a video about the Westboro Baptist Church and what a bunch of dicks they are, fairly universal condemnation. Everyone in their own way, and for those who don't know, no, they didn't show up. I don't know if they never got into the country, if they never bothered, or if they got blocked or what, but I didn't think they'd show up, and they didn't. So that's happy ending. And I just wanted to throw in, I chucked that video up before going out. It was on a Saturday night, and then I didn't check it when I got home because I felt like going to bed rather than sitting up checking the video. And then I slept in because it was Sunday, and so I dragged myself out of bed around 11 a.m. on Sunday, and I looked, and it had got over 250 comments in that time, like less than a day, not much more than 12 hours. And in all honesty, I don't have that much free time. The question comes up every now and then, will you always reply to all comments? Not when there's this big chunk that would take me hours and hours to do. Like normally, if a video gets that many comments, it takes days to do it, and I can do it in chunks and it's manageable. It took me an hour just to read through this, and it's awesome, and I am reading through all of them. Everyone who continues to comment, thank you. I will read all the comments, but I just decided to be egalitarian and not respond to any of them. So that video, there'll be no answers to the comments from me, but I really appreciate all the feedback from everyone. That is very cool. So thank you for that. But today, something a little bit different. I'm going to share with you a couple of my favorite books. I've been talking about books before, and my DVDs, little update on that. It was fairly overwhelming, but not universal, that I should put up the DVD video. So I'm going to do that, but I was also following someone's advice, speeding it up a bit. That shortens the video to about 10 minutes. Someone said it works for Fred, why not for me? I think it actually makes it more entertaining when my voice is going really fast. So that will go up tomorrow, probably, an overview of my DVDs with me, chipmunk style. Hope you like that. But books today, 2 books from the library. Actually, my other half, she owns these. Very old books, and they're humorous in ways that probably wasn't intended when they were published. At least they're funny to me. This first one, look at that trusty old tome. It's called the Australian Home Cookery Book. It's published in the early part of the 20th century in Australia. I did look for a date on it and couldn't find one, but it sounds like it's from the 20s or 30s maybe. Anyway, before World War II, I'd say. The intro tells you all about it. It says, here's a book to meet the needs of the Australian housewife. It's simple, straightforward recipes for staple dishes that will solve the problem of the woman of limited experience. They will learn those recipes which lure the housewife from the cooking rut. So basically, they're really simple but diverse recipes. And it's saying, hey, you shouldn't be extravagant. It's absolutely fantastic the way it preaches in this. Extravagance is not compatible with good cooking. Therefore, the majority of the recipes are for dishes which may be prepared at moderate cost. You foolish housewives spending all your husband's money on fripperies like food. Oh, for a simpler age. The funny thing about this, although the recipes are way out of date, most of them are still really good. Maybe if you cut down on the amount of lard in some of them, you'd be doing yourself better. And the hints and tips, this is made for young wives from sheltered upbringings who know nothing about running a house. This probably should be given out to bachelors, actually. It's got hints about how to tell when fruit and vegetables and meat is fresh. It actually explains all the cuts of meat. It's fantastic. But little bits how the world has changed. How's this for a heading? It's telling you how to buy the better cuts of beef, and it leads in, for many women, the greatest housekeeping trial is the interview with the butcher. Who interviews butchers? Fucking fantastic. There's a unwilling to display their ignorance. They're often influenced by price and look for the meat bargains, believing in the benevolence of their butcher rather than the quality of his meats. That's what controls the price. It's full of awesome stuff like that. It's so disjointed by time. I find it really entertaining. But it's remarkable how much it stands up. But you can just open to some pages and there are some creepy sounding recipes. Sheep's head broth. I mean, could you imagine the sheep's head broth, which is soup for those who don't know. Oh yeah, and all these different recipes for tongue. tongue-shaped, jellied tongues. How to make tongue sound even less appealing. Have a recipe called jellied tongue. Ugh. I marked a couple in here. Yeah, brain and ham pie. If you want to get the kids to clean their plates, serve them up some brain and ham pie. Oh my God. And it also has this great stuff about carving, how to do table napkins, which all holds up, and party recipes. Not party recipes, party plans, including a great thing for a hobo party. I think I might have a hobo party one day. That's one book that I really like, the old recipes. Here's one, the gift book of nursery rhymes. My girlfriend had when she was very little, and she's held on to it. Slightly the worse for wear, but it's still a good book. You know how we say everything's being cleaned up for kids? Well, these ones are from the pre-PC days. Really nicely illustrated too, and a couple of them are quite funny, unintentionally, and it says a lot about me. Like, look, really, really nice illustrations. I'll hold those up for you. This one with this girl in the pretty dress, it's a very pretty poem to go with it, and it says, I love little pussy. Her coat is so warm, and if I don't hurt her, she'll do me no harm. So I'll not pull her tail or drive her away, but Pussy and I very gently will play. She'll sit by my side and I'll give her her food, and she'll like me because I'm gentle and good. That's a valuable lesson. Everyone can learn from that. And again, I marked my favourites. Stuff you just would not get away with today. There's one really outrageous one. I think I've lost my marker. I was so well prepared. Where is it? I'll recognise the illustration when I see it. A lot of illustrations of gypsies in here too. They're not all bad. Not like Noddy, who used to say that the gypsies were all evil. Oh, wait a sec. This is the one I wanted to read. Lovely illustrations again. But this poem is actually, there was a little man and he had a little gun, and his bullets are made of lead, lead, lead. He saw a little duck upon a little brook, and he shot it right through the head, head, head. Can you imagine trying to get away with reading that to little kids today? It's awesome. This one I just like because the illustration, it's the famous one. There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead, and when she was good, she was very, very good, but when she was bad, she was horrid. Look at the illustration. How cool is that? That little girl scares the crap out of me. I would not want to be anywhere near her. That is so cool. And I'm just going to round off with this one. Yeah, most people probably know this one. This is a traditional one. It's not on PC or anything. It's just a really, really good illustration I want to show. It's Monday's child is fair-faced, Tuesday's child is full of grace, Wednesday's child is full of woe, Thursday's child has far to go, Friday's child is loving and giving, Saturday's child works hard for a living, but the child that is born on the Sabbath day is blithe and bonny and good and gay. That's him, the gay one there. At the very least, he's very happy. Call him cheerful. Maybe he's gay. I don't know. But that's a few of my favourite books, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again tomorrow with the DVD video.